Towards the end of January 2025, Tino posted a video discussing going into the women's bathroom and seeing a 3-year-old girl in there too.
And it was me and this little girl and no one else. And she kind of looked at me like, and, you know, I just like nodded my head and didn't look at her. I was like, you know, it's kind of awkward.
Tino goes
I mean, there's no way to say this. You need to get arrested yesterday. And I feel like the fact that you're so comfortable telling the camera, I went into the women's restroom and there was a 3-year-old girl that I had a nonverbal interaction with. That should be something that you take with you to your grave, okay? That is something not Batman, not Superman could have beaten that information out of me because of how incriminating that is. You need to understand that what you just said to the average person makes them want to vote away all of your fucking rights. I'm just gonna say it. When you say this stuff to the internet and then people see it, enough people see it, especially parents who have 3-year-old daughters see it, they want nothing more than to remove you from society and put you with all the other like freaks and criminals in jail. And it's not crazy. Like, that's insane that you have decided to enter the women's restroom and then talk to the internet about this micro interaction you had with a 3-year-old. It's weird. You shouldn't be there. And then this is a perfect example of why you shouldn't be here. You would think this person, to make the case for themselves, would say, I went into the women's restroom and nothing happened. No, I went into the women's restroom and a 3-year-old girl saw me. That's what people are afraid of. That is what they are trying to avoid at all costs. Like, that is insane that you tell on yourself like that. What? And I mean, guys. I mean,
on to express fear that if the mother left the stall and saw Tino,
it's crazy because cops ain't gonna do shit. Well, the cops can't do shit because I'm pretty sure this person didn't break the law.
There with her daughter, the mother would have made unfair assumptions about the situation, so Tino decided to leave. Gee, I can't imagine why.
An assumption that could be very dangerous for me, unsafe for me.
Imagine prioritizing your safety above the safety of the 3-year-old child that you've just described your encounter with. You're basically saying that I had to leave because my safety would have been at risk had the mom thought that her daughter's safety was at risk. What you're basically saying is you were afraid that the mom was going to fucking beat you up or report you to the police because you were in the presence of her daughter, which the mom, not a crazy thing for her to assume, just isn't, based on you as a person. That's kind of what she's going off of. And so, yeah.
Instead of waiting for that to potentially happen, I left the bathroom and decided I didn't need to pee that bad.
You know, it's funny. I've been a woman my entire life, and I have never felt this way in a bathroom around other women or little children. I wonder why that is.
Yeah.
Lots of people pointed out how unlikely this situation was, given that mothers are probably not leaving their 3-year-old children unattended like this. But more than anything, they were quick to point out how creepy this was, and how Tino rightly identified that the women's bathroom...
Can I also say, this look that's being attempted does not help in any way. It's a bad look. Maybe, you know, just drop the black lipstick. No need for that. Sunglasses indoors. You're not Andrew Tate. The black bow. It's just not a good look.
Probably wasn't the place to be. Again, I wonder why. While I was looking for clips, I found that someone on Reddit called Minimum Corner had recreated this scene using AI. Not the noodle hair! Like many progressive trans people on the internet, Tino seemingly has a big obsession with the women's bathroom and has posted about being in it regularly on TikTok. As if this is supposed to make women feel all welcoming. Why do these people insist on filming in here? Stop this.
Yeah, I hate to say this because I don't want to step on any toes, but you are doing the opposite of what you're actually trying to do. What's being accomplished with these videos is exactly what you want to not be accomplished with these videos. Whenever someone sees a video of you acting like yourself because you yourself, the person that you are, nobody likes and is generally repulsive to everybody, is what you're telling them is now in the bathroom with them. Hey, Hey, sign me up. No one says that. No one fucking wants that. Everyone is like, yeah, you know, is there like a way that we can outlaw this, or that you can be very overall socially rejected and scrutinized? And so, yeah, terrible drip. Yeah. Stop staring at the camera. It feels weird. I'm trying to make you feel as uncomfortable as I do when I'm watching this stuff. So that way I'm sort of digitally holding your hand. So we're both in this together. Recording in a restaurant or bathroom is illegal. It's called reasonable expectation of privacy, and it's actually covered in the federal wiretapping and racketeering law. Well, this guy in my chat apparently is studying, and I appreciate his studying. I don't know how true that is, but from what you're saying, I don't see why people would record in the bathroom anyway, because it's just weird. But I also would say that you can't really record in a bathroom. I mean, that's like, I mean, most private property and like restaurants, gyms, they have a no phones policy in the bathroom, or like, I think of the gym locker room, but I assume for most bathrooms that are not explicitly said to have an anti-phone policy, it's by the law or something. So yeah.
Please go away for the love of God!
But like I mentioned earlier, this video by itself is not a smoking gun. Unless the smoking gun is how quickly children can identify weirdos. But since 2020, when Tino started posting on TikTok very often about transitioning, we've gotten over the years a very clear picture of who this person is. And you know, what can I say? It's not great. This is a person whose behavior paints a very disturbing and alarming picture, with weirdness towards children, hypersexualized content, and general creepiness. I kind of feel like this is a person on the Chris Tyson trajectory. And we all know how well that turned out. You know, it's only a matter of time. Lily Tino, who's self-styled—
Well, I mean, look, I'm not saying that this person is as bad as Chris Tyson based on what we've seen, but from what we've seen, they're bad enough to warrant the same response that Chris Tyson got, if that makes sense. Like, maybe this person didn't do purchasing of lolicon art, but they've done enough for me to basically give them the same sort of like cancellation type treatment that I've given Chris Tyson. And I think everyone else should follow in those footsteps. And yeah, I mean, when we look at their content, besides the stuff that is talking about how bathrooms are where they want to live or something, because that's how they talk about them, as if they want to live there, you look at the food reviews, and the food reviews are actually just the only parts of the restaurant experience that don't go viral, because her restaurant experience content is entirely made to harass minimum wage employees for misgendering her, quotes. And so I think what they're doing is using the food reviewing thing as like a ploy or a shield to say, oh no, I'm just trying to do my food reviewing content, when really it's not about the food, it's about having a meal in between farming harassment.
as a—
Lily Tino is a grifter. All of the rage bait videos are just to funnel people to her OnlyFans. Bruh. Of course. Hear me out. They never got any attention during their childhood, so they got into the wrong spaces and got illegal ideas. No law or authority is coming for them, so they do it as much as they can. We don't know this person's childhood, and it's probably filled with some dark stuff, but I don't really care about the childhood. I care about what's on my screen.
food critic initially
That thing has an OnlyFans? Well, according to the guy who typed before you.
gained internet notoriety for basically harassing waitstaff and waiting for opportunities to be misgendered/offended.
Hi there.
Regular water, okay?
Why are we wearing headphones inside? What is the point of this?
Yes, please. And oh, just so you know, are you my server?
Yes.
My pronouns are she, her. Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart.
The sweet water starts at
It's like a knife in the heart. In the same way that being breathed on is like a knife in the heart, it's not really a knife in the heart.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Not.
I mean,
not.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a
It's
knife.
a knife.
It
in the
always
heart.
hurts.
What's up with the knife in the heart? A knife in the heart? What's up with that? A little bit of, what's the word here? Dramatic, we think? A little bit of a stretch? It's like a knife in the heart, except it's not a knife and it's not in your heart. It's a sentence that was pronounced by a person who probably wanted no harm, no smoke, no problems, just want to get you your food and get you the fuck out of here. That's all. You're not special. You are not important. You are a number in terms of a bill that is going to be part of the daily revenue. That's it. That's all you are. You're a unit. You are not an individual. You're an order number to this restaurant. That's all you are. You're an order number with a total. That's it.
Yeah, I was called sir. The guy who
Oh,
dropped
no.
the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
The humanity.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Early on, this made a lot of viewers very upset, with some pointing out that the waiters and waitresses often sounded foreign, meaning that Tino was probably bullying people who speak English as a second language and don't understand any of this weird pronoun gender ideology nonsense. Also, we are living in a time period where men go out of the house and out into the world like this generally, looking extremely feminine. How are people supposed to know that you're not one of them when your voice sounds like—
And that's also something that they campaign against. Like, a big part of this movement is saying that the way you dress has nothing to do with your sexual identification, right? Like, you know, men can dress like girls and girls can dress like guys, and you are to assume nothing from that. However, at the same time, they want you to assume something from it. So it really, they want it to go both ways. And, you know, when you try to appease everybody, you end up appeasing nobody. And this is a constant case of what happens when that worldview is taken to TikTok and expressed by someone who, frankly, belongs in, like, some sort of mental asylum.
this, and you have this forehead. Be serious. Tino's rude and entitled food critic videos set the stage for the increasingly bizarre content that was to come.
Right.
Some of it was obviously pretty standard rage bait, like content pretending to be pregnant and suggesting Kurt Cobain was trans, and Abraham Lincoln was LGBT. Or even this one recent video from mid-April where Tino suggests that trans-identified individuals don't have to disclose that they are trans to sexual partners.
Can I say this without anyone getting mad? I think that rule is fine just for this person because everybody knows. Okay, if you need this person to tell you what they got between their legs, you couldn't solve one of those toddler put the square in the square hole. Like you, like I don't know what to say. We shouldn't have to disclose what we are. Okay, well, I mean, everybody knows. Like, this isn't something where you have to, oh, there's a dick jump scare. Everyone saw it coming. Like, no one is shocked, okay? No one needs to be warned. Anyone who is getting in bed with you knows what they're getting into. Veiny did jump scare? Yeah, I mean, essentially, that's what this person is saying. Yeah.
Suggesting that if the partner can't tell, what is there to disclose? This is terrible.
That's unironically transphobic. If the partner can't tell, what is there to disclose?
Terrible advice.
Because at that point, what are you even really disclosing? What
that what they're looking at isn't what they're getting. That the chicken sandwich they just bit into was some impossible meat, you know, some vegan chicken. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not that crazy. It isn't.
is there to disclose? There's no deception. When you're dating someone, you don't have to disclose every single thing about yourself.
Obviously not. That's not what we're saying. We're saying that if you're gonna fuck someone, that you should tell them what they're gonna fuck if you know that people are oftentimes thrown off.
Up front. That's the fun of it. You get to learn.
No. The fun of it is not fucking CS:GO case opening where it's like, oh, maybe I'll get a knife. Maybe I'll get this. No, you actually know what you're doing. It's not like, oh, yeah, I was gonna fuck you, but then you had like genital herpes and now I don't want to. It's not like, oh, mystery box opening Pokemon card packs. It's like you actually are generally aware of what you're getting into. And what this person is saying that like is the fun of it that you don't know what you're getting into. This isn't like blindfolded road trip where you're taken to somewhere that your friends picked out for your birthday and like maybe you like it, maybe you don't. It's like, oh, am I gonna get raped or not? Basically, like, let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a rape a rape. You're probably either getting raped or not getting raped.
Learn about someone new.
Obviously, this is widely frowned upon because what the hell? Have you
The
guys
house always wins. What the fuck does that mean in this context, though?
ever noticed that the people who are often the most obsessed with consent absolutely throw it out the window when it comes to this issue?
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. This whole thing is weird to me. The hypocrisy is weird to me. Being a very straight woman who loves manses, if I were to be in a situation where someone dropped their drawers and I didn't see the anatomy that I was expecting, I would be like, get out! There are definitely many jokes to be made here, but this is a family-friendly channel, and I'm trying not to gross you all out. I'm gonna let Lily Tino do that for me.
Jinkies, I found a big clue.
I mean, I don't think we can expect any sound logic out of the person who made a minute-long video trying to explain why trans women are women using two different sized croissants. I can't believe that's even a sentence. What am I doing with my life?
Most people want this to stop and will do anything they can within their democratic voice to make sure that this stops. And so I'm gonna be honest, when people like this are upset at the outcome of like elections, they oftentimes need to look at themselves and blame themselves. It just feels like they're doing everything in their power to get their rights taken away, I swear. These people mimic women because of envy. Look, dude, I don't know what it's for. I think it's just for profit. Like, if this person is making money on TikTok and is making money on OnlyFans, then there's a very real possibility that all of this is just for money, right? And so, look, I'm doing the same thing that this person's doing in the very sense that, like, both of us are just trying to get people to watch us, right? Like, we're both attention attractors. The difference is that I'm not a ginormous nuisance on society and is kind of like the equivalent of sickle cell disease on the human body. I tend to make people not like revolted and repulsed, and this person does. But our goal is to make money by having people look at our content. And so I think what this person is doing is trying to exploit the part of the human brain that is intrinsically disgusted by behaviors that have been trained by society to be disgusted by. And you're kind of just, it's like shock content and you're going to keep watching. It's more psychological than that. I mean, maybe, I don't know if it's like a humiliation fetish. That could be it too. Like having everyone tell you how like grossed out they are by you might turn you on, you know? Who knows?
Minute-long video trying to explain why trans women are women using 2 different sized croissants.
Bruh.
I can't believe that's even a sentence. What am I doing with my life?
Oh, but there are biological differences. This croissant was born different. I'm not saying that there isn't a cosmetic difference between this croissant and this croissant, but they are both inarguably still croissants.
But other
Yeah, the correct example and the correct conclusion is that both of these croissants are still croissants. The thing is, what this person's doing is just like the one-to-one wouldn't be like, oh, they're both women. It would be like, no, they're both human. They're the same species of food. Just like how you and I are the same species of human.
And this croissant, but they are both inarguably still croissants.
Right.
But other content, I'd actually argue the majority of it,
Bro, they always have to pander to children by using simple comparisons instead of actual reasoning. Dude, yeah, what's up with that? Like, now that I think about it, the specific usage of croissants and, like, really simple visual, like, oh, bread and bread, we're all just fucking bread, and I should be able to use the children's women's restroom with children in it because we're all bread. Like, that's sort of a weird thing that I didn't really, I mean, you think there's something there? Maybe there is something there. I mean, maybe this is what this is. Maybe it's for children so that everyone can follow along.
He's still croissants.
but
Hold on, let me,
other content quickly became very inappropriate and sexualized. In this recent video, Tino pretends to mistake a vibrator for a microphone. What am I watching right now?
Not entirely sure how it works. I just...
Tino has also posted audio segments from a podcast talking about adult acts, not to mention videos like this and all the OnlyFans content, which will come back.
this person needs to be shipped out to an island that is only resided by this person and like 4 trained military guards to make sure that they are never able to leave. And this happening would deter anyone else from behaving like this and would give me peace of mind. It would.
To later. Why is it always this way? Why is there always an OF account? Then there is all the weird content using food to discuss more sexualized things and also transgender surgeries. Since mid-2023, Tino has made many videos discussing getting surgery to remove the old testes, which are referred to as cake pops.
Normal.
I don't even have balls, and this makes my skin crawl. Scrolling
Right.
Tino's content, you can see just how often these cake pop discussions come up. But the TikToker has also used donuts to discuss getting a neo-vagina made, and candy canes to reference potentially having the old penis removed. Dude, I am once again asking what I am doing here. Hi everyone! Did you know that this is a Twizzler, but it also can become a noose so that I can end my suffering and not watch this anymore? This is my reward. for seeing buttholes. One of the most egregious examples of this showed up in 2024 when Tino went viral for a video.
This is in the greatest hits compilation, the #1 most viewed. This is when we're at Disney World and we're deciding to talk about genital mutilation in front of kids at Disney World. And this is something that I don't like, no exaggeration, like no funny hyperbole satire should result in immediate, you're going to jail. Like, you should get fucking arrested for this. Like, you should just straight up get fucking arrested. Like, this person isn't arrested, and that's a problem.
Posted at Disneyland, of all places. In the video, children can be heard in the back.
This person doesn't even dress like a woman. They dress like a stereotypical housewife from the 1950s. I guess? This person dresses like how you'd imagine. Like, it's incoherent nonsense. It just looks shit. It's not aesthetic at all.
While Tino discusses having surgery to remove the old dingle
The world needs to be reset. Have you tried turning it off and back on?
dangles and man pickle, while illustrating the whole thing using Minnie Mouse cake pops.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. Why, you may ask? Don't ask.
Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, I noticed some hair regrowth on my marshmallow wand. That's bad because the outside of the wand is what becomes the inside of the tunnel. So you don't want hair growing there, or else it's very uncomfortable.
Personally, I'm very...
It is so fucking nauseating. It's so nauseating. Like, what the fuck? This person has zero shame. No one wants to hear about any of this, let alone see it, especially at a public place / kids attractions. Trans people aren't open about this stuff at all because it's personal.
Upset about the marshmallow wand
Bro.
and tunnel reference. It's not food, and it isn't a tunnel. I rebuke this so hard. Unsurprisingly, people were immediately upset, with much of the criticism being that it is deeply inappropriate to talk about something like this at Disney with small children around. And Tino clearly knew that this was wrong and weird, given that the video starts with the admission that this is going to...
Yeah, why is this something where we're going like, tee-hee, I'm a bad boy. Ooh, I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I'm gonna say some crazy stuff. And you'd think that this person's gonna say like, oh, I'm gonna get banned from Disney. They don't want you to know this special hack that gets you free rides. They're gonna ban me because I've had to do something great for the world at my own expense. I'm gonna get banned from Disney so everyone can eat free. Some shit like that. Like, oh, I'm gonna leak the secret sauce. No, I'm gonna get banned at Disney for being a fucking pedophile rapist. Yeah, that's my plan. That's what I'm gonna do. And yeah.
To result in a ban from Disney. But this actually became a bit of a trend for Tino, posting inappropriate content alongside content directed at children. I'm sorry,
nice.
I personally think that Disney adults are really, really weird, so this might be nothing, but Tino also...
Dude, and like, come on. I also feel like...
directed at children.
If you're gonna be a trans woman, call yourself a trans woman,
personally
right?
I think that Disney adults are really, really weird, so...
Why are you calling yourself a trans girl? You're fucking 30 and you have hair loss. Like, part of why this person transitioned, and one of the things I've noticed, is there's a before and after image where before, this person had male pattern baldness and was losing hair, and on estrogen, they didn't lose hair. And so, like, if you have had male pattern baldness at all in your life, you can never call yourself a girl. Okay?
So this might be nothing, but Tino also has many, many videos at Disney, dressed all cutesy, wearing shirts about trans kids. I don't know, guys. I think...
Protect trans kids. Bro.
Given who this person is, this is extra weird. I don't know why. It rubs me the wrong way. Anyway,
you don't know why? I'll tell you why. Because this person, instead of saying protect trans kids, they should write above protect trans kids the phrase arrest me in order to protect trans kids. And so, yeah, basically, not that, like, I don't know, trans kid, is that even a real thing? Separate conversation. Maybe just arrest me to protect kids. Point blank, period.
2 months after the Disneyland incident, Tino started posting videos to TikTok, seemingly making an attempt to impersonate a popular YouTuber called Miss Rachel, who makes content
So
for tiny
weird.
humans. Except Miss Rachel's content is like singing and dancing, whereas Tino's content is like this.
Can you say she's so playful? Good. Can you say they like to hop? Good job.
What the fuck? Tino even captioned the video, Trans Miss Rachel. These
How does this have 12 million views and no one's gotten this person arrested?
for tiny human, an attempt to impersonate
Like, I'm standing on this shit, bro. Like, if this person gets arrested, I want to take some credit in this. You know, people are like, oh, like, I'm thinking about like the Ethan Klein thing, right? How he had CPS called on him and like, you know, whatever. I'm saying like, if my videos were ever to, you know, cause some sort of like real world consequences, it should be this person getting arrested. I would fully support it. Fully support it. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I didn't play a part of this. No, I'm just making a video. I'm joking. No, I'm not joking. Arrest this fucking person. ASAP
Can
Rocky.
you say they like to hop? Good job.
what the fuck? Tino even captioned the video, Trans Miss Rachel. These videos on their own are already incredibly weird to me, but initially
Like, if you are dressing up as a school teacher with vibrant colors in the background and impersonating a kids creator and saying that you're the trans version of them and you have an OnlyFans as well, I would say that that's like a really good cause for you to get banned on TikTok, because you're essentially having people of a very young age being exposed to you when most of the content that you profit from is made for people of adulthood, right? Like, it's made for adults, and so that just probably, you know, some sort of funnel that I think should be banned. Like, if I'm saying that if I'm making a video talking about getting faded in class, like a story time video, and then the link in my bio is like a dark web drug website, I think that's a pretty good cause for me to get banned, because I'm funneling people to an illegal practice. And so I think this is kind of the same thing.
initially they weren't to everyone. Lots of people viewed this as helpful to young kids for some weird reason, which it absolutely is not. But soon it became clear to everyone with eyeballs that Tino was mixing this child-directed content with this type of thing. That Tino was mixing this child-directed content with this type
Bro.
of thing. Side note, I also find it kind of hilarious
What
how
the
back in
fuck?
August 2024, Tino posted another of these Miss Rachel style videos on TikTok, and then the very next video that was posted was Tino addressing SA allegations. Even as recently as this month, April 2025, Tino posted a video reading a
allegations.
trans children's book among all of these videos
nice.
about trans surgeries and the donut vagina videos.
Oh, nice.
And all of this doesn't even cover the plethora of bizarreness that Tino has posted as a result of being on OF. I can't believe people pay for this. I am really beginning to think that the vast majority of people probably need some sort of license to use the internet because they cannot be trusted. Because
Right.
this is the kind of thing that they're paying for. I'm not going to show
Yeah,
you
I mean, like, I feel like that's the thing where if it shows up on your credit card, like, the bank should have the right to call you and ask you, like, a few questions, and they record the phone, and then they send all your data to the FBI, and then the FBI handles it from there, yeah.
too many of these because I would have to blur them and I'm too lazy for that, but obviously I'm gonna show you what I can.
Bro, what the
And
fuck?
I am deeply
Yo, like, I want to say some shit, bro. Like, like, this is just like, bro, I hope your rent gets raised, like.
sorry already. Anyway, even in Tino's link tree on Instagram, OF is right there at the top for people to click on and access. These clips also aren't terribly hard to find because Tino has also posted a lot of them on Main. You guys know that I have talked a lot about OF and its creators, but you really don't see a ton of them bouncing between adult content and child content.
Yeah, that's like,
I mean, sometimes they do blend them, but that's when you call the police. Anyway, speaking of calling the police, this brings me to some of the less obvious stuff. Tino has posted hours upon hours of content on YouTube, mostly live streaming eating food or watching videos and the like. Tino also has a Discord and a private Patreon. During a live stream from March 2024, Tino is interacting with fans and is once again being very innuendo-y and sexual. At one point, Tino asks a fan called Shelby, or Shelbert, who I have to assume is a young person replying on Discord or somewhere, if they like eating groceries or if they prefer to have their groceries eaten.
Okay. Y'all eat the booty? Like groceries? Be honest. Be honest, Shelbert.
No. Honestly, no. I'll take this one for Shelbert. The answer is no. Hey, Shelbert, I got you on this one here. No. And leave me alone. Like... And also, like, I don't like this voice. Also, who names your name is Shelbert? I don't even like your name. Yeah, it would be someone named Shelbert in this chat, wouldn't it be? If your name's Shelbert, bro, you already something wrong with you, bro. So yeah, yeah, Shelbert. So yeah, everyone is just typing Shelbert in my chat. It's just like the name just cracks me up. Like that's just your name. Your name is Shelbert. That's it. Just like you. Anyway, and so yeah, no, Shelbert probably, I don't know, I can't speak for him. I wanted to speak for him, but I don't know if I can help you on this one, dude. So Shelbert is my street name. Anyway, so this person is talking to Shelbert, and this person needs to get away from the mic and just stop talking. And the voice is not really doing any favors.
Or do you enjoy yours
What's your name, Shelbert?
being consumed?
Realizing that Shelby's mum is also listening to the podcast, Tino goes on to say that the discussion is only about fresh produce and it's nothing weird, before continuing this food innuendo discussion. Now, obviously, I don't know how old the people in question here are, but this reads to me like Shelby is a pretty young person, especially if they have a parent
Bro, just free Shelbert, bro. Shelbert and his mom. What the fuck? Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, this mom has made so many mistakes. Like, first of all, you name your kid Shelbert. Like, that's just, how do you fuck up already from the start? Already an L, terrible seed, bad spawn point. You named your kid Shelbert. And second of all, you're with said Shelbert in this person's paid Patreon live stream. And so you paid for Shelbert, whose life you already ruined, to continue to ruin it by being in this live stream that you're in. And now you're having this person talk to your son or daughter named Shelbert about eating groceries. Mom, let's watch this guy's stream together. What a great use of your time. Like, life before the internet. Hey, you want to go see a movie? Life now. Hey, do you want to open up Lily Tino's live stream? Shelbert.
Also watch the stream. I am not joking when I say that parents need to be a lot less liberal about who their kids are interacting with on the internet.
They also need to be less liberal about naming their kid Shelbert. Like, I'm not over it.
Because you end up with situations like this. And I know that what gets said publicly is almost always so much worse behind the scenes. So just bear that in mind when you consider the young people that are probably in this audience. Like I said, no fire, but lots of smoke. Anyway, like I mentioned earlier, using food to discuss things is kind of Tino's MO. Like this video where the TikToker discusses wanting to put something cream-filled in one's mouth.
I will be...
Before we want to, like, kill ourselves anymore, let's take a look. I wonder what his full name is, like, what his mom yells when he's in trouble. Shelbert F. Ficklebottom. You get down here and you do the dishes.
Trying a ding-dong. Wait. No. See, I'm also trying things that are filled with cream.
At this point, just launch me into the sun. No, really, you'd be doing me a favor. Thankfully, Tino has actually been called out for all of this weird and creepy behavior on a number of occasions. People have called Tino...
Dude's eating dig-dongs. What the fuck?
For all of this weird and creepy behavior on a number of occasions. People have called Tino out for having a spicy photo area on Discord where presumably young fans are, as well as a kiddo photo section below the spicy photo section. People on Reddit...
What the fuck could that possibly be for? What could that be for? Put photos of your kids in my Discord? Oh my god. Dude, I'm serious. Arrest this person.
Spicy photo area on Discord where presumably young fans are.
Oh my god. Kiddo photos. parenting. Notice how the parenting section only has one thing? Yeah, really making it convincing. If you wanted to sell it, you'd at least add a few more channels with like other stuff related to parenting. No, just post photos of your kids. I don't want to get this stream banned, so I'm not going to say anything about this person and what I think should happen to them besides arrested. So yeah, but you can just, you know.
The kiddo photo section below the spicy photo section. People on Reddit.
Nah, bro doesn't know better. Discord can see hidden channels.
A kiddo photo section below the spicy photo section. People on Reddit were actually particularly incensed by all of this, claiming that Tino also solicits money from young fans and constantly interacts with them on live streams and other video content.
Bro. Let's see what this guy said. Can I ask, why does she have a channel in her Discord solely for pics of kids? Huh, guys, why would that be a channel in the Discord server? You know who really, you know, guys, please just fill in the blanks with me here, okay? Why would someone want to have photos of kids sent to them? Let's guess about this shit. Because you're a fucking pedophile! I'm gonna say it! You're a pedophile rapist. You are a pedophile rapist. And I will find a Jewish lawyer to make sure that you can't sue me for those claims.
Constantly interacts with them on live streams and other video content. So, you know, there's all that. I obviously don't have the time or the mental stamina to go through the hours upon hours of content on Tino's YouTube channel.
And you know what? When I'm in court, because this person tries, I am Jewish, hit me up. When I'm in court and this person is going to try to talk to me about how I've defamed them or whatever, I'll kindly refer to them to the clip where Shelbert, the kid, gets asked if they've had their groceries eaten. Your Honor, pedophile rapist, I rest my case.
But I bet that if I did, or if someone else did...
My editor is gonna have so much work to do with this video, bro. I'm sorry, Clancy, bro.
They would find...
A horrible representative for the trans community. Well, TikTok, if they want to do... They have the opportunity to do the most affirming thing ever and ban their account.
A lot of inappropriateness and creepiness within those videos. Even just skimming the surface, this is a person who routinely puts themselves in situations involving children that are very inappropriate. And the
routinely, keyword routinely. Routinely. What do you do routinely? I wake up, I have my cereal, and then I just look to talk to kids. That's a problem. Stop. Your routine was fine up until then. Okay, you see, hold on. Stop. What's wrong? Say that again. I wake up, I have my cereal, I brush my teeth, I find ways to talk to kids. Stop. Why stop? No, that's the problem right there.
The way that Tino seems to interact with presumably young people sets off a lot of red flags. And obviously
just
the trans Miss Rachel stuff is not helping. And the way that Tino goes about...
Neither is the...
instigating conflict and arguments and unpleasant situations out in public is really a testament to what kind of person we are dealing with here. Someone who is always escalating in order to play the victim. So all of this together, whether it's to get more views or if it's who Tino genuinely is as a person, this behavior is alarming. Like I've said throughout this video, there is no smoking gun. There are just little plumes of smoke to point to say...
But there is. Like... Here's the thing, like, I don't know, but I look at that as like a smoking gun. Like, I think asking a kid that kind of question should be like, okay, that's all we needed. We're dispatching police. Like, that to me is a smoking gun. And maybe I view this as like more incriminating as other people view it, but I never was raised in a world where you could talk to kids like this, and I never had the expectations that anyone who did this would be anything other than the guy that you were told to stay away from by your parents. And and like apparently it's not to some people, but I also feel like the tides are turning and people are looking at this stuff for what it is. And so yeah, basically that's the Lily Tina, that's the update. That's what everyone's really been waiting for, you know. And take a peek at this, you know, we got this lovely this will be good for the thumbnail, okay? This will be great. That lovely image will be great.